Hello guys, today I'm off to Portsmouth. I've just navigated, I say all this kit, there's not that much, through the London Underground, and we're off to Portsmouth. So I'm off on my holidays for about 3 nights, and let's see what happens. The south coast, and we're on our way there. Last year was Suffolk, this year the south coast. Catch you there in Portsmouth, Andy. So I've arrived in Portsmouth, Portsmouth Harbour. So I'm going to get something to eat in a minute, but we got here. Hopefully we'll have a cracking one. We're going to have a wander around, see what's about. I'm just in the harbour area, but I think there's plenty to see. Today's just going to be a bit of a chill day, and then more exploring tomorrow. It's going to be a bit more involved. But let's see what we get up to today and tonight. Okay, over there, tower. I'm certainly getting hungry. Plenty of places to eat around here, and of course, after some beer now. So there's a bit of interesting history. And the naval guns, according to that, in 1662 were tested here, and the site was continuously militarized military service for over 300 years, and most recently served as a base for armies and ships and boats until it was handed to the Royal Navy in 1998. It's not that far then. From then on, to add to their version site from the disposed in 1998. Quite weird to think that they used to shoot and test guns on this area. The Portsmouth, famous naval town, isn't it? So we have the HMS Victory. It's been something I want to come and see, these sort of places. All history. Should be good. It's somewhere I've not been as well. I think I've been through it once or twice. So this is the Royal Garrison Church. I'm just walking around the old part of Portsmouth to try and get some food and so look at a bit of scenery. And I've heard a bit about this. Bombed during the Second World War. I think there's a little bit of roofing around the back. And I'll walk around inside. I'll leave a few bits and bobs here while we do that. So I'm going to leave all my gear here. Wouldn't go very far anyway. Nobody's going to lift that in a hurry, I know. So walk around this bit. And you can see still the roofing at the back there. And a cannon. So I don't know if anybody's aware, but during the Second World War, Portsmouth was attacked by the Germans a lot, with it being such a major naval town. So a lot of Portsmouth was bombed and rebuilt. So this is all reminiscences of the Second World War. Naval town till this day, and a major one, the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier Lord Horatio Nelson. Of course there's one in Nelson's Column, and also where I've been, around where his birthplace, where he grew up in Great Yarmouth, there's also a statue to him. From here, this very particular harbour, the Victory, which is his flagship, which we'll hopefully see. I'm going to try and see it. We'll see if we've got time, but not today. If I don't have time, I'm sorry guys, we'll see what we can do. But the Victory, his flagship, is where he was shot. And there was a famous story of one of his crew, Hardy, who said, "Kiss me, Hardy," and he died on that spot. So we'll look at the Victory. Hopefully I want to look at the Victory before I go from this place, but we'll have to see. everything's going to be time constraint and everything's on a whim. So we'll just have to see what we do. That's quite a harrowing notice there, if you can see that. Got talking to somebody, a local, who's told me some really interesting history about Horatio Nelson. So apparently there's a jetty here, well, a little walk path here, and you'll see the cannon up on the hill there. But apparently just before Horatio went to the Trafalgar to fight the French, he walked across this area here and then all the way down to that jetty there where they're just going, where then people there are just wandering over to. So apparently that was the last time Horatio stood on English soil. He got a jetty, got down in the water where that area is there, onto a jetty, and then onto the Victory, onto a small boat, and led him out to the Victory out there. So let's just walk on that particular area, and that's where Horatio Nelson spent his last day. This is the last spot that he was on UK soil. So somebody just saying, did he die there? So no, he didn't die there, but this is the last spot. So we're now standing on the last spot, and just below there would have been a jetty that would have took him out to the HMS Victory and out to sea to fight the French. Used to protect us from France and the invasion and attack. And the harbour, according to that board that I've just looked at, it was actually set on fire. They say it was vulnerable, attacks from the sea. And in the 14th century, according to this board, which I'm still reading a little bit now, it was attacked by the French and then they refortificated it. At the time of Napoleon, this would have been proper protected. It's raining heavy now, so I've got to get somewhere to eat. I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm going in the Spice Island Inn. If I understand, they actually did bring spices along here. Time for a beer and actually get that food I was after. Got there in the end. Quite cool history about the place there, look. As I said, first place spices were brought from around the world, landed here. Cool. And the ferry coming in. And the Isle of Wight. Spiced Island. Appropriate. This is about apparently a famous composer or the like. I've just researched it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about the guy or the person. There's lots of plaques on this. There's flowers everywhere as well. Very, very, very poignant. Quite cool. So it's about 7 o'clock. I really should be getting off and somewhere to camp. Don't know where that is yet, but we'll sort it out. I was going to find somewhere to kip, but I got sidetracked. Quite a cool little bar. I'm going to go outside and show the church over the road. quite cool. So apparently this is the Dolphin. This is the oldest pub in Portsmouth, apparently. So, these poor buggers are now on YouTube. Andy, I'm going to have a beer in here. I was supposed to be kipping out at some point. Don't know where the hell I'm kipping out, but got my gear, as you know. I'm going to have a beer here, then I'm going to find somewhere to kip. If it be the beach, the floor, the fucking, sorry language, wherever it'll be, that's where it's going to be. Alright? Okay, you know it, Andy. Hello guys, I found a woodland. I actually was going to sleep under the, like a little tower area, but these youths started giving me abuse, so I thought, sod that, I'll look for a woodland. And I found one. I got a taxi to a nice little woodland, and look at that for a beer tree. Then maybe it was fate. Maybe. Maybe it was fate, but with a bit of a beer tree, that's where we want to be. I would like to have seen the sea and all that lot, but let's be honest, there's time for that on the holiday. They got a little bit shirty. One guy got a bit mouthy, and I thought, you know, I'll just go somewhere else then. The thing is, never give up, and I didn't. So I'll see you in a minute, and we'll pitch up, and we'll be happy, and I am happy as well. So what I'll do is pitch up and set up amongst this glorious little bit of woodland. Where? Actually, it's a village called Wickham, apparently. So it's not in the middle of nowhere exactly. So I'm Wickham, and then I'm going to walk to Wickham in the morning and get the taxi back to Portsmouth. You know it, Andy. Finally settled in. Beer tree over there. Set back. I'll show you what it looks like in the morning. Not now. There's quite a lot of mozzies about, I'm afraid. I'll sort that out later. Cool. Captain Morgan. Well, you're in Portsmouth. Rum, maybe rum and coke, and it may be spiced, but it's appropriate because I'm in Portsmouth. Naval town, naval beverage. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Thank you, beer tree. Thank the beer tree. Thank you, Andy. Right, another toffee apple, and then it's night night after this, folks. So, there's a little bit of sag there, but it's nothing much. To be fair, the rain would just drop off that. So, and there wasn't any rain last night anyway, so it didn't really bother me. I did put it up during the night though, to be fair. And as night setups go, that's not bad at all. And it worked out, the space in here is perfect. It looks better in the inside than it does on the out. Look at that. All that space in there. It's incredible. Okay, it's time to get out of Dodge, get all this lot ready, and get on the move.